Welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a mostly professional tarot card reading from my haunted house in a creepy graveyard. Brought to you by Madame Pamita and the Parlor of Wonders. Tonight is the Saturday Night Live Fun Tarot Slumber Party. Yes, it is haunted. I've got the spirit box. I've got the REM pod. I even have the spirit box TV here. Might put that on as well tonight. The special tonight is the free yes or no for the first 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put the timer on for that. Be here within the first 15 minutes. You can get a free yes or no. Even if you don't know what to ask and come back a little bit later, I'll remember your name and honor your yes or free no question. Molly, it's called block. B-L-O-C-K. B as in bitch. L as in Jeremy get a life. O as in orgasm. C as in cunt. K as in know when to tell the guy no, and block. Hey Ari, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome back to the haunted house. It's Saturday night. Just block him for now. You can unblock him later. How about that? That sounds terrible, don't I? Oh. You have to stay firm about your boundaries. I know, isn't that like incredible? Like, where do people get that they can just have? Oh, Tiffany, hey baby, leaving tomorrow for Nebraska. I let Metal Rain know. So, will you be back online by the read on Wednesday? When will you be back, sweetheart? Let us know when you know. That's where it's hitting the spot right on. Yeah, black and Molly, black. No homosexuals tonight, right, Devin? 6 times in 20 minutes. I mean, you are a magnetic person, very magnetic person, but Jesus. Jesus. Yes, please stay in touch, Tiffany. My number's on the Instagram bio. Just text me and let me know it's you if you don't have internet to get on Facebook or Instagram or yeah. Just stay in touch, please. That would really freak me out. Well, first of all, I would never respond to somebody I didn't know in that way. Like, I would, like, if they were like, let me come over and spend the night, and I don't, I've never even met them, like, they're lucky I'm even talking to them in the first place. Although I really wouldn't put I mean, I put myself in a situation where I talk to people I don't know every day. Would I let all of them come over to the house to give a dog a cookie or a bone? No. But I think there are some people that, as a recovering agoraphobic, I think there are some people that you can meet and you can say, okay, here's my home. And, it's the first time you've met. Like, I've been there with Molly. And several other people who come to the chat. Yes, Tiffany. I go pick you up at the airport and bring you home. Make your breakfast in the morning. Throw an air mattress outside for them in a pump. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Do you have an air mattress and a pump? Oh, and not an electric pump either. I'm gonna go ahead and put the REM pod on so we can get some reactions from the REM pod. Molly, don't forget to screenshot the stupid shit these people say to you. Because I miss it sometimes because I don't have like the right channel on. Domino's is so good, but the portions are slow. Okay. I ordered a pizza once from Domino's. It tasted like a taco. I was not having that. And then I didn't order for a really long time, for like years. But my friend went there and got a pasta bowl, and then she sent me a picture of it, and she said it looked like someone had eaten half the pasta bowl before she'd gotten her hands on it. If there's any good spirits that want to come and touch the REM pod and let us know your presence is here, I think I need to move my Kiss Pez guys over because I'm having a hard time just looking at 3 guys from Kiss instead of 4 guys from Kiss back there. If there's any spirits that want to let us know that they're here with us tonight, please touch the REM pod. Blech. The REM pod. Please don't touch me. Don't touch anybody in the chat. Don't touch the dogs. Don't touch the Franken Dad or anybody else in the house. Only touch yourself and touch the REM pod spirits. Hey Mel Rain, how's your night been? Rolling face imprints, Lord help me. Oh, maybe the spirit box someone to talk to us. Yeah, I'm not too into basketball either. I'm into wrestling, especially women's wrestling. rather watch any women's sports, basketball too. Just I'm just more into like ice skating, football, and wrestling, and good old fashioned baseball. But basketball in general, I'd rather be bored at a baseball game with a hot dog and a beer. Maybe not even a hot dog either. A beer, yes. Ice cold beer. Of any kind, really. Than be at a basketball game, really. Head pounding, really. I don't want to hear the balls. How about that? I don't want to hear them bouncing balls. Yeah, my imprints are having a basketball thrown at me as a kid, and it being like one of the major physical ed sports almost every single day at school, and the pounding of the basketballs just gave me roaring headaches while growing up, while at school. And remember, this is like west coast of Florida, so it's like 95 degrees, 100 degrees every day with 100% humidity. You know, your face is on your chest, and you're dying to breathe because it's so fucking hot. You know, and at the same time you're outside, you got to worry about getting eaten. Yes, getting eaten at school. Yes, no, Rain, you did. In fact, I didn't even start the 15 minutes right away. But yeah, you're cool. It's good. There's 12 more minutes on my timer. Don't care what that timer says. Did I see your question about flirting on you? Let me look, sweetheart. I might not be here, but it might be over on this one, okay? You always ask the funniest questions, too. They're the best. Oh, God, I tell you, Ari, my favorite moment's always going to be ramen noodles with you. We all need a shirt that says
when I
that.
created Drip Drop, I held
the screenshot of how YouTube censored it. It's such a great screenshot.
very high, and what I did was to weave.
Okay, I'm looking at the chat now on the bigger screen. Hey, Em, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you tonight? You still watching TNA pay-per-view? I watched main event tonight. It was good. It was a good old match at the end. I kind of feel bad for Chelsea Green though. Her nose. I'm worried about her nose being broken. But seeing Logan Paul with his face on the floor it's a good day for me. Sure, Em, you can ask a question, dear. I'm not like trying to hate on Logan Paul. I just did a lot of work on my channel and then it got demonetized once because I watched a video I probably shouldn't have watched. I'm glad I didn't lose my channel. God, I know. Come on, New Moon. I'm sad looking up at the sky and I can't see it. mentor son used to say that during this time of the moon, like, you shouldn't go anywhere unless you can see the moon at night at least. I thought that was so interesting. You know, this is coming from like a 10,000-year-old African wise man. So I started paying a lot of attention to that kind of energy and really getting into keeping to myself, especially during that time. I mean, of course, after years of doing it, it's a lot easier to cope with, you know, if there's something that I need to do to go out. You know, it's not going to stop me because I can't see the moon. But I think it's definitely a time to really be holding back your energy and focusing on the new things coming in. Because the past full moon is past now. It's not coming back. You've released those things already. They're behind you now. Is this person upset with you? Are you feeling it in your gut? Or do you think that it's just your doubt that they could just be feeling just right? But, you know, maybe taking a breath to themselves. Spirit, I'm calling forth M's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does M need to know about that right now? I'm calling forth M's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does M need to know about that? So Spirit says no. The answer to your question, is this person upset with me? It says no. Go ahead and read the card to you. If anybody wants to get their yes or no taken care of now, would be a great time to ask if you still want to get a free yes or no. So your card says you will awaken from the call of great deeds. Big victories are not far away. They come to you naturally because you possess the polished qualities of a leader. Your confidence in the future strengthens. How could it not? I think reading cards and asking cards is a great question, great answers. They can inspire us to start, chipping away at what doesn't serve us so that we can get to the bottom of what does. What is it that you can do to nurture your confidence? Ask yourself that. So that you're focusing less on, is it self-doubt? Or is somebody else making me feel this way? Something else making me feel this way? What would happen if you just stop thinking that there was anybody upset with you? How much would life change if you just lived every day to your fullest, not worrying about what the fuck anyone thought about you, felt about you? I'm telling you, it's pretty liberating. Especially not talking shit about yourself or to yourself or others as well. It's very important. Because we can sometimes build standards where we might treat others maybe better than we would even think of treating ourselves. So treat others as you would treat yourself. Of course, you want to treat yourself good and always in your thoughts. If something like that is not serving you, even if they are upset with you, even maybe it's that you're just picking up that you're upset with yourself about something. I don't know all your limiting beliefs and circumstances, but I'm pretty sure we can figure them out together. I'll probably find some of my own too. Hey Meryl, welcome back. How are you, dear? Meryl, what was your main job in FFXI? Please refresh my memory. Was it... I know Zenian was a monk. I was a red mage. Marinka was a ninja. I think Atakasu was a black mage. I think Tara sometimes played white mage, but their very well may have been more of a melee class, I think. You're a dancer at the end of the day, okay. So where is your question, Ari? And well, the timer hasn't gone off yet. I don't think the timer's gone off for the 15 minutes since I said it. There's about 3 minutes. Even if you were like not realizing this, Ari, but even if you don't know what your question is, the first 15 minutes, that's okay. I'll honor it as long as you were here. But I had put the timer on late, so it's okay. Meryl, did your water get turned back on? I hope it did. Hope you're not gonna have to spend Memorial Day on a chamber pot. Tiffany, why do we have to pay for everything now? Next thing you know, it'll be a cent for tap water. Gosh, don't say that, Tiffany. It was on last night. Hey Fiona, I mean, I guess we do pay for our tap water, don't we? And then you gotta get a zero water fountain to clean it, clean the tap water so you can drink it. Hey Fiona, how's your weekend been so far?
Maximum volume.
Maximum volume, I like that.
Maximum volume.
If there's any spirits that want to communicate with us tonight, any good spirits, please touch the REM pod, or please speak to us on the spirit box. I don't really know how to tell you how to speak to me. I don't really know how to tell you how to speak to me, but maybe if you can see me. You were scared to fall asleep last night? Why? Jesus, I went outside to get some fresh air, and there was something in the side yard. And I know people were out and about, like, with their flashlights in the graveyard last night, because they always do it, but damn near thought I was gonna have to get my gun. Thinking of my doppelganger. Don't be afraid of my doppelganger. If I'm not afraid of the doppelganger, don't you be afraid of the doppelganger, you know? Thinking of my doppelganger, that's cute. It's not my doppelganger, it's the house's doppelganger. It's the neighborhood's doppelganger. I thought it was interesting that when Tara lived here, Tara from the TV show, is it Love After Lockdown? Love After Lockup? She was downstairs, I don't know, cleaning something up, and I was out back in my tree house, and we were just talking about just random issues with the house, and that she was having down there, and I was having up here, and her screaming in the woods. It was so creepy, and she had just finished saying that she felt like there were skinwalkers in the area, and I was like, yeah, I could believe that. Am I afraid of them? Not really. I feel like a skinwalker, a shadow person, entities like that. They don't really. It's not like the doppelganger. I'm kind of like, okay, all right, cool. Let's have a cup of tea. I know I sound a little bit batshit crazy, but part of my French YouTube, but it's just kind of like after 11 years, after all the experiences and after everything I've seen, it's not, there's nothing to fear but self. and be afraid of what I don't know. If I continue to be afraid of what I don't know, of the unknown, you know, I might not recover from agoraphobia completely. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd rather, instead of be afraid of it, understand it. Instead of continue to be haunted by it. You know, let it be haunted by me instead. Why does it have to have control over my emotions, my fears, my sensations, my thoughts, my being? Because the moment I give over my power to some scary shit, boom. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, I know it kind of sounds like just lying by the seat of my pants, Fiona, which I kind of am just rolling in the dirt with it, rolling in the grave, well and alive. Well, you've heard people talk about shadow people, but once again, I have this very deep feeling about how skinwalkers, shadow people, these kind of entities, I don't feel we talk about them because they're not real. Same with warlocks and witches and vampires and werewolves and unicorns, and I just don't think that we would talk about these kind of things if, you know, fairies and fays and pixies. I don't think we would talk about these things if they weren't real. And I know that sounds absolutely batshit crazy, but I think we all experience them in different ways as well, Fiona. Now, the first time I ever experienced shadow people, where I could actually see them, I had been working actually on, I don't know if you've ever seen the jewelry that I make. I think I have a piece back here on my desk I can show you. But I make this with, I've got a whole, like, stack of cards that this piece of organite is under, but I was taking some photos from my Etsy to sell some pieces of orgone pendants, which has the basic loop here. And so I just took a couple pictures, you know, hey Ben, how are you? Just a couple selfies to put, you know, the photo of the pendant up on Etsy so people could see, you know, what it would look like on their own chain or necklace before purchase. And I went back to look at the photos, and I shame not. Shadow people, like a family of them just sitting there in the tree behind me. And I didn't notice it right away. It took someone else to notice it. Then I would say that the next time I experienced a shadow person or a ghost in the house would have to be when I was working on my Funny Valentine music video. And I'm not talking about the one where I sing it live where there's like candles all on the wall and it's all red and I'm in a red room and my hair's really long and dark. Really long and dark. I'm talking about the one I made. It's a black and white actual music video. And I don't know. I'll link you, Fiona. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's supposed to be like the channel opener video for my channel, but the thing about that music video is I didn't see any shadow people really until the end of that particular music video. Once again, somebody had to point it out that during filming of the music video, a big dark shadow walked behind me. And I thought for a moment when my friend told me this that they were joking, or maybe somebody had walked by me and there was a shadow cast on the wall, but there's just no way. There was nobody home at that time. I mean, my dad still went back and forth to work at the time when I started working on that music video. it was pretty creepy. Like I was surprised to even see it on film myself when my friend pointed it out. Have I had a strange experience? I mean, yeah, I've sat here before, and sometimes it's like, does it feel? Are there ants on me, or is something touching me? I get a lot of that. But I have to also remember where I live. The Trail of Tears literally started here, in the neighborhood I live in the area I live in, and the Native Americans. This is their land. This is their haunting. So when I start to experience the things I hear, the things I feel, the things I see, I take it with a grain of salt, but I'm not going to say that it's real or not real. I just don't think that we would have the experiences and the feelings that we are having if it wasn't something that maybe started with a thought, to be honest and be true. But at the same time, it's like, everywhere I look, there's the universe. Seeing is believing sometimes, right? So being a human and being curious, I don't know what to think of it. Said to be bad, but like, by whose standards? Some people think Muslims are bad. Some people think Satanists are bad. Some people think Christians are bad. Some people think atheists are bad. Some people think that if you're brown, you should turn around. Some people think if you're black, you should turn back. Okay? And some people think that white is like powerful too. But once again, those are all thoughts, okay, and standards and propaganda and society and culture giving meaning to something that maybe didn't have meaning before. And nothing really has a meaning until you give it a meaning. So you're going to give things meaning just because someone said that, because society thinks that, because culture thinks that, if that's right or not right, or like, don't be a sheeple. Just stay people, okay? Please. Be your true authentic selves. Like, I'm quite serious. What if shadow people are misunderstood at the end of the day? What else do we have to learn from them? Is there something that the skinwalker, the shadow people, some of these poltergeist hauntings, I mean, how do we know that many of them aren't just some kind of entity, from that kind of tragedy and trauma? Like we talked about echoes last night. How do we know they're not the souls of beings that once were here before us, our ancestors? Whether it's Swamp Thing, or it's Native Americans or Africans or Greeks or Vikings, or Far East Asia. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. We all have feelings, emotions, thoughts. So make sure that you give meaning to something that, you're interested in, that you're passionate about, learning about, figuring out, trying to understand. I mean, trying to understand your fears are a very good place to start, Fiona. You understand that you were scared last night of the doppelganger, but if I'm not afraid, don't you be afraid, okay? No, that would be really cool, Devin. You should. I am always staying close to the stars, being that I'm Greek. Yeah, you should give them permission to visit you. I don't want to I don't want to miss out on a soulmate just because I judged my perception of them based on pop culture or or what many people say, or maybe what people don't say. You know, I don't want to miss out on finding pieces of myself that might be missing because I open myself up to my ancestors, or open up myself to something different and new. Because then, you know, it's like I trying to recover from agoraphobia. Like, I had a panic attack today for the first time in a really long time, and it was oncoming panic attack I didn't see oncoming. You know, I either have a choice to freak out or chill out. You know, if I sit around and I freak out all day about the REM pod getting touched, you know, I think maybe I've just gotten so used to it, I've become comfortably numb, like that Pink Floyd song. Just catching up with the chat after going on a rant about how I feel about skinwalkers and shadow people. And remember, giving that fear a chance to just subside for a moment and take a deep breath. Even if the fear comes back, you know, just keep working on the fear. Because the less fear, the more you know, sometimes, you know, the best thing staring you in the face is fear. At some point, you know, you might learn some things that really nurture you to help you get to the other side of things that you are fearing. Ari, I'm looking for your question. I see message retracted. And the less fear you have, you know, the less you're feeding shadow people or inorganic beings or entities that feel dark to you, entities that fit. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, I'm not sitting here going, oh, them shadow people, they're children of the light. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that or anything like that, but at the same time, you know, I'd rather not give in to inorganic beings and that which doesn't serve me with my thoughts and feelings. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't serve me. Yeah, I had a panic attack today, but, you know, it's not fun living in a haunted house. But if I go with the flow and I try to make friends with it instead of, you know what I mean? Get lost in the idea of what maybe other people think a haunted house is, or think a haunted area is, or think or feel what ghosts are like. We will attract shadow people with our dark thoughts, yeah. And I'm not saying I don't have dark thoughts. I do have dark thoughts sometimes. But what are my dark thoughts? Is there a bug around that I need to rescue? Has Dad killed any of them? You know, real stupid shit like that. Real stupid shit like that, you know, like this. I don't know why. I know that sounds really dumb, but I think I said before, like, don't tell me you got ants in the kitchen. I'll be standing there all day trying to rescue every single one of them. Yeah, you should repost your question. So you've been seeing Raphael's name more often, but in different form, like in the Spanish form. The spirit still trying to tell me something about him like that. Spirit, I'm calling forth Ari's most trusted and strongest spirit guide. Yes or no for her? Yes or no? So, do we attract shadow people? Sure, you start thinking about them. I mean, anything's possible. So, Ari, yes, Spirit's still trying to tell you something about that. Let it bring you some peace and joy to know that you're getting clarification about what it is that you are manifesting in your life story, your love story, and your stories with your friends, past, present, and future. Spirit, I'm calling for Devin's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. We're getting the Sun card for you, Devin. So whatever your question was, it's a yes. Is the person on your mind questioning what they may have done for you? Notice or wrote it off as something. Yeah. You also got the stars or clarification, Devin. The star card can be very much a card about distance, a card about healing, a card about things feeling intangible that give you hope, things that you want, things that you dream about, the faith that you have. But remember, hope floats and faith flies. So which one is it going to be? You know, it's literally ask, believe, receive. Not ask, believe, try real hard, drive yourself batshit crazy, receive, okay? I promise. Did you block him, Molly? Not Cos. I'm talking about the bozo. I'm talking about the bozo sexual. Stop it. Okay, let's not think about him before he manifests again. Jesus. Are there any messages that the spirits that are present maybe want to share with us tonight? Last match, no. What do you think is going to happen with, you finding, resolution with your fears in regards to some of the hypernatural and supernatural things that you might be afraid of? What do you think the resolution is going to be? Are you going to constantly have fear of it showing up? Is that how you want to live the rest of your life? Or do you want to actually be in control of that kind of emotion or feeling if something like that shows up so you can better understand, the difference between, do I need to be worried for my safety? Or am I really just learning something that's unexplainable, that's paranormal, that's kind of cool, and maybe I can help, myself learn something about myself or others, or especially the entity or spirit you might be communicating with or feeling around in your energy space or your vortex. See, even though we have our own vortex, we also share a vortex. And even though someone might not be directly in your vortex, we're still very much a part of a collective vortex. So you might be having a good thought, you might be having a negative thought or feeling or sensation, and depending on where you're at in your state of mind, you might conjure some things up without even realizing it, which has been mostly my personal experience. In fact, I'm going to try to find that picture with the shadow people. I don't know that it's still on my Etsy, but I was probably definitely having some dark thoughts at that time because my mom had just passed away. spirits here now that want to communicate with us? Can you tell us your name? What you shouting about, spirit? You know, I'll have to look around for the picture maybe tomorrow if you want. I'll find it and post it. Could just be shadows. It could just be Hey Khalib, how are you, dear? How's life been treating you? Long time no see. Good days and bad days, huh? You're leaving at 7 a.m. Are you going to take a nap first, or are you staying up all night? How far is the trip, Tiffany? I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink. Khalib, are you there? Thank you so much for your donation. What's your question, dear? Did you want to get a free yes or no, or did you want to get a yes or no, or what kind of reading are you looking for, dear? Okay, welcome back. I'm just looking for my mind. Tiffany, you're an Aries moon. Right on. I'm a Taurus moon. Are you sure more like Ari? What, do you not find yourself, Fiona? Do you not find yourself in touch with? I mean, how difficult is it really for some of us, anyways, to find where we are comfortable with our sexual liberation? What's one person's sexual liberation might not, very well be another person, their idea of what sexual liberation is. Things that repeat in your life seem to be lining up. Oh, do you want to give an example? Or can you give an example? It's the room pod. Keep talking, Khalid. I'm listening with my mind. Just trying to find something. It should be around here by the desk, on the desk, something with the desk. Your chart makes you a spicy nugget? Okay. LOL. That's cute. Molly, you still there? You're being too quiet. I'm afraid she's gonna give in to that guy. Then I'm gonna have to go over to her house and get him. I'm kidding. Be like, why are you over here trying to sleep on my little sister's couch, huh? Okay, good. You better stop. Just checking on you. Tropical goth. See, tropical goth. That's my thing. Okay, so negatives have happened in 13. It's 25. You were born in 95. Who knows? It's okay. Sometimes we can't explain the things that... Sometimes we just can't explain everything, Khalid. Like, do you even remember being born? I had this friend who defied the gravity of age by working nights and then in the daytime sleeping in a room where the windows are covered with trash bags so that he was always in darkness. And I used to always think it was so strange, and I was like, gosh, how old are you? Are you a vampire? He's like, no, it's just Kundalini yoga and making sure that when I sleep, You know, I'm getting enough melatonin when I sleep for my health, my mental wealth, and to help him with his aging. And it was so funny because when I did ask him how old he was, he said, I don't know because I don't remember being born. And he said he really didn't remember being born. And I'd ask people this because I remember being born, but I like to ask people if they remember being born. So do you remember being born? How many of you in chat remember being born? Anybody? Anybody but me? Well, it's not that most serial killers are water signs. It's that most of them are the astrological sign Cancer, which is a water sign. Well, Fiona, that's so sweet what you said, honey. I wanna sing and cover that song, Unforgettable. Let me get that My Funny Valentine video, which at least does have the shadow of the ghost or a shadow person or whatever. You be the judge, Fiona. What do you think it is? I wouldn't be afraid of the doppelganger, though. In fact, if the little girl buried under the house is here, come say hi. Touch the REM pod. Let us know that you're here and that you're willing to be peaceful and cool like you always have been. Sorry, I was just turning it up. I don't know why it sounds so sketchy like that. Is the dog really barking? Yeah, but that's only a limiting belief in circumstance. I go around feeling the same way a lot of the time, too. Bless you, Ruby. But the more you work on your self-concept, excuse me, Fiona, the more you work on releasing things that trigger you, fear, you know, you have no choice but to, you know, take action on the things that you would really like to be experiencing, feel, see in yourself, others. I like to make a joke that the doppelgangers are the multiple times I went back and lived this life trying to fix mistakes. Butterfly effect. Oh, it's in an interesting way. I like that theory. Khalid, thank you for sharing it in the chat. I appreciate that. We should delve deeper into that sometime and really talk about these things more deeply in chat. What experiences have y'all had? Have you seen something out of the corner of your eye? Have you seen yourself out of the corner of your eye? I've never seen myself before unless I look at myself in the mirror or when I'm looking at you guys here on the chat, which is quite weird. I'd rather be looking at you guys. That's why I always thought it would be super cool if YouTube integrated a Zoom-like feature on the YouTube Live so that people, so it could kind of be like Zoom. If somebody wants to show their bobblehead, they can. But I don't know, maybe they don't do that because that could put people at risk for, I don't know, dick pics getting dropped as, you know, or people doing weird things on the, I don't know, I guess you could like approve it per person if you trusted them in your chat. Anyways, Fiona, let me put a timestamp in this link so you don't have to watch the whole video. I mean, unless you want to, but I'm gonna put a timestamp anyways. Do you hear eggs frying, or do I hear a shower? You know, it's kind of like, if I don't want a muffin top, then I gotta do something about it, right, Fiona? Right? Nobody's gonna lose 40 pounds for me either, right? No. Nobody's gonna go out there and carry my groceries, even if I'm on a crutch. Maybe. Might get lucky. Sometimes Frank and Dad can help. But, you know, it's like as within, so without. There's nothing outside of you to give you the courage, the strength, and, you know, the determination, the will, the dedication to, you know, create what it is that you want to see in yourself, as well as your surroundings. I just wanted to stop being scared. I'm tired of being scared of whatever it is. Hey, puppy. What you doing? Yeah, and take each chapter like one day at a time. You know, write out the things that you want to accomplish. And take one day a week to work on each thing, or maybe you have a day of the week that you work on everything. Oh, here's what it was that was so creepy. I don't think it walks behind me. Maybe there's one that walks behind me and one that walks in front of me in this video. It's so weird. I think it's at 212, 213, 214. Maybe it's at 213, I think. I like to make the joke that, okay, so like Back to the Future when there are two Marys in the same time. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna have to watch that, Khalid. I remember that now. I recently saw two men on Instagram who look just alike. It's kind of scary. So I wonder if they're each other's doppelgangers. Two men, same soul, different lives, same people. I mean, who are we to not, I mean, how would we know? How would we know the truth? Or how would we not know? How would you not know? I don't know, it's just very weird for me. It's not often that I experience two people who look alike. And I'll show you in a minute. Without telling you who they are. Oh my god, there it is. Hold on. I'm trying to find this timestamp for Fiona in this video before I send the link in chat. I think it's at 2:16. Is it 2:16? 2:16? Yeah, it's 2:16, okay. So the timestamp for this, hey Metal Ray. Try looking at the timestamp, Fiona, on that link. Excuse me. At 2 minutes and 16 seconds at the end of that music video I made. And no, that's not a karaoke version. Hi, Angeles. Welcome back to the channel. How are you? Yep, that's how parents manipulate and control you. I've been there. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us in one way or another, I feel. Excuse me. I really believe that, he was only doing that because he cared. Not because he wanted to scare you, but he wanted to make you aware of how, scary it can be. I don't think he actually maybe intentionally wanted you to feel that way. And yeah, the world is a dangerous place. So it depends on your perspective. There are a lot of things that are dangerous that can happen, but, are you going to worry every day that it's going to happen to you? There's a difference. It can happen. But why worry about something that hasn't happened and may never happen? That's why it's important to follow your inner compass. Learn how to follow that inner compass. Get in touch with the knowing so you can better protect yourself. And a lot of that has been washed away with culture, time, generation after generation, just kind of like how farming has been wiped out a little bit, generation to generation, in the last few generations. Are you still there, Colleen? Did you still want to get a yes or no question? Was there a specific reason that you sent $3 here? It's very kind of generous of you, by the way. Just trying to find out if I missed something about you getting a reading or something. Who's Bret Hart again? I forget. Can you remind me, please? You okay, Frankendad? Excuse me. Is it Bret Hart? Yeah, the wrestler guy. And doesn't he have a niece who wrestles too? Natalia. You'd be the one to manifest it, Stephanie. And then I have to be like, boop, peace out. With whatever that was that you manifested. Yeah, I think that's fun too. I agree. It's nice to be friends with it though, instead of be afraid of it. What am I afraid of? My shadow? But what's really been strange is having family members say things like, I would actually literally say things like I would see things. Good night, Frank and Dad. Love you. And that makes a lot of sense to me. I'm glad that I told family members about it while growing up instead of hiding it. Learn a lot about myself and learn a lot about I guess I will have to be real honest. You know, growing up with a sister who was basically Princess of Doom. She was an Aquarius and is an Aquarius, and you know, she was a new wave punk rocker. All right. You know, if you're growing up in a household with a new wave punk rocker, you know, and then mom who also is very into some interesting aesthetics. You know, there's going to be dark sense of humor around. There's going to be a little bit of darkness around. There's going to be a little bit of things you never probably would expect, to be quite honest. But I mean, how young were y'all when you experienced death for the first time? Was it a person? Was it a pet? What was it? I'm curious. For me, I was 5, and my dad's boss's mother passed away, and my hamster died. So that was pretty strange for me. Because my first thought was, well, if that's what happens, you know, then what are we even here for? It's all for nothing. It's like how I felt. And I don't know, I guess they said I was way too aware as a child, so they diagnosed me with ADHD because of thoughts I had like that at a really young age. But, I mean, I wasn't entirely stupid. I mean, it's almost as if they expected us to be, like, stupid or something as children. You know, I could only go by what I was feeling and thinking in regards to what I was experiencing. Hey, Sam, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you? I mean, I didn't really know what to think, you know. So I think I've talked about this before in chat about how death is very strange to me and has always been kind of very strange to me. I don't really understand the purpose of it. Yet I do, yet I don't. I think it's only been the more that I have become friends with it that it's been less mind-numbing. You were sleepy? Any plans for Memorial Day? Just hanging out with you guys. Anybody who might come by the Chammy. That's about it. I don't have any special plans. I don't have any special food. I don't have any special anything going on other than you know, vaping some good trees, and that's about it. I probably do some kind of southern dinner tomorrow. I did a stuffed cornucopia. Wow, so your Uncle Mike passed away. Do you have any plans for Memorial Day? Soon? I know I'm gonna definitely try to not be outside too much, because I don't know, the other day it smelled like barbecue out there from Spiced Rat. It was just absolutely terrible. I've had a sore throat since. So not long after I said goes Uncle Mike, I'd be sitting on the couch talking to Uncle Mike. I never know recollection of this man. Oh, that's interesting, because I would do that with my my mother's grandmother. I would just, you know, be talking to her and then talk about memories I had with her. And then my mom would be like, what the hell's going on? Like, why are you experiencing, what do you mean? She's been dead for years. What do you mean she came to the house and taught you how to make spaghetti? Did the spirit box just literally say spaghetti? I'm gonna highlight the last 5 minutes so that I can go back and reference that later. Since you want to say words like spaghetti, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit, so maybe you'll talk to me. You do? You want to talk? Well, let's talk. I'm still wanting your cookbook. Oh, yes, I've been looking for it, dear. I promise, I've been looking for the cookbook that my grandma and my mom and I wrote together. It's somewhere in the house. I'll find it. Yeah, I packed everything up to move to Nashville in 2022. We're still looking for a new haunted house. I told my drummer, you know, I would much rather have a fireplace than a bedroom, to be quite honest. Because if anything happens, you know, electric goes out, maybe there's a thunderstorm or a snowstorm, we're out of power for days and it's cold, a fireplace will save our lives, with or without gas. You might make some barbecue and corn on the cob if I have the energy. I just don't think I can do barbecue, although I will have to say that Texas barbecue is pretty good if you are going to get barbecue. I like Kansas City barbecue too, but I don't know, I'm just so barbecued out, I don't think I can barbecue and eat barbecue. I can barely smell barbecue. You know, but that's because of working there and then having to go there every day to Spice Rat. I don't know if I know what that is, middleman. I haven't had barbecue in, well, I'd have to say I haven't had barbecue since 2018 when Molly came to visit for the first time, and we went over to Spice Rat and ate some barbecue because it was Texas barbecue and she wanted to try it. I love me some corn on the cob though. Should you go to bed? Well, yeah, because you've got to get some rest. A grilled turkey leg? You mean like them big ones the size of your arm or your leg, like they have at the Renaissance fairs? God, those things are something else. Marinated steak barbecued. Excuse me. Marinated steak barbecued or marinated steak grilled? But really, I do love me some cornbread with the corn pieces in it, and I love the banana pudding and southern banana pudding and macaroni and cheese. But I like to make macaroni and cheese, like I like to make it fresh and cook it on the stovetop and then bake it. Boston baked beans. My mom used to make a killer Boston baked beans with bacon and honey and all kinds of yummy things. What else is good for Memorial Day? I mean, you can make funeral potatoes, but I often like to say funeral potatoes for funerals and for Thanksgiving. I know, it's like, well, it's Thanksgiving. Let's eat some funeral potatoes and celebrate the lives of millions of acres of land taken by idiots. Let me go get this dog because she's having a boo. I don't know why. She's all like growly and shit. What are you doing? What are you growling at? What are you doing? Are you getting all growly about the cookies? You getting all growly about the cookies, baby? Come here. Is she giving? Are you having sleep aggression? Huh? Are you having sleep aggression? Yeah, she's having sleep aggression. Feel better? Okay, it's just me. You're gonna be fine. Say hi to everybody. She just woke up. Coleslaw. Hell yeah. I like me some coleslaw. Oh, that was me. That was me. Costas, North Carolina is the best. If I was in Greensboro tonight, girl, if we were in Greensboro, we'd be going to this open mic for sure. That I'd really like to check out in the future someday. I might even want to do an open mic tour. Find some really good, populated, like, open mics and just go up and down the coast and play every single one of them on the way up and all the way back. Ruby-doo, Ruby-doo, do you feel better, Ruby Scooby-Doo? She's like, yep, sure do. Sure diddly doodly. You have what? Mexican spots? What? I have some Mexican spots, trucks near me. I need to take advantage of it. Yeah, no, I don't know what those are. Those salads that you're talking about, Metal Rain? I have no idea. Yes, I want to do an open mic West Coast tour too. But I need to buy a truck. Yeah, I need to buy a truck and save the money to make it happen. But first, I'm gonna go and see some family in Europe. And figure out how to make that happen with the dogs. Because the best part about visiting Europe is that I'm not gonna have to like worry about staying at hotels or anything like that. I can just stay with family. I mean, unless I want to like get on the train and go visit Versailles for a day and a night. I know you watched it. It is creepy, isn't it? Thanks so much for checking it out, Fiona. I appreciate that. Sometimes dogs, they'll look at things that aren't even there on the couch. And then they'll be looking down, and then they'll look up, and then they'll look down, and then they'll look up, and then they'll look over, and then they'll look up, and look down, and look up. And I'm like, what the fuck are they looking at? Like, what the hell is happening? And I think next time it happens, I'll just go ahead and record it. I even think that maybe there might have been something out in the yard playing with some of the squirrels the other day. I got that on film. I need to go back and also find the video of my phone. It just kept getting pushed off. It just kept getting pushed off the desk or pushed off the charger. It was so creepy. Hey, Livin' La Vida Laura, how are you, sweetheart? It's so good to see you, honey. Happy Saturday night. Happy Catterday. Yes, happy Catterday. It's pumping. It's like club tonight. It's like a club tonight, right, Ruby? Right, girl? How was your day, Living La Vida, Laura? How's the weekend going for you? How's Living La Vida Loco? Maybe Texas will come by and say hi. As long as that. It's out of time. Okay. Well, we're here to keep you company. How's Stella and the cats? Sounds like a band, doesn't it? Stella and the cats. I guess there's that old movie. What was it called? Somebody and the Pussycats or whatever. Here, Ruby, run away. Careful, baby. Okay, Stella and the cats. Oh, really? Let's see. So, you're taking care of Roxy, who moved in with your dad? Or Stella moved in with your dad and isn't happy, and you're taking care of Roxy today? She slapped the... Oh, okay, I get it. So you have your two cats and Stella, but you're taking care of your dad's cat, Roxy, too. Yeah. One of those, right? A little booger. It's so funny. I'm not sure if I've seen a picture of Roxy yet. Your first cat we moved to San Antonio, okay. The picture of it. Oh, looks like my widow boy. Such a cutie pie. I love tabbies. I especially love the little M on their foreheads. So sweet. Let's see if I can find some pictures of my cats. I have 1,600 pictures of my cats, by the way. Oh, and some of my dogs are mistaken for cats. Here's Muffin. She's so white, she's blurred out. I'll have to turn this, turn it down a little bit. Oh, maybe you can see it like that. Yep, that's my cat Muffins. She's so cute. Here's both of my cats, Muffin and Apple. Apple is a... Let me turn it up a little so you can maybe see him a little better. He was a tabby... He's a tabby tuxedo cat. I don't know if y'all have ever seen a tabby tuxedo. But they've got that white mustache, the white chest, the 4 white paws, but instead of being black, they're tabby. God, he was just such a beautiful creature. I mean, oh, I can remember him talking. And it's probably my mom. Maybe you can see his little face here. There he is. That's Apple. And Muffins. Okay, Here's Apple and Rooney and Muffins, but you can't see Muffin because she's all whited out. Yep, Apple and Muffins. I like to name my pets after food. I don't know why. I know that sounds silly. Here's an adorable picture of the dogs. Sweet little babies. I think that's actually on that that blanket that you sent over, that heating blanket for Dad. It was so cold one night, and my heating pad went out, and the dog's heating pad went out. So I used that blanket to make sure that they had something warm to sleep on that night. Such cutie pot pies. Hey Zenian. Hey honey love, welcome back. Here's my cat Cashmere. This is Muffin's brother Cashmere. That's my bedroom. Or was my bedroom at one time. We got Molly hungry because we keep talking food earlier. Yeah, we keep talking food. Cashmere had long white hair. Long white hair. Cashmere had long white hair, and it was actually Kashmir, like the Led Zeppelin song, like the place Kashmir, Kashmir. Yet I thought of naming him the one with the C, but it felt like too controversial. So this is Luna. Let me turn down the light a little bit. Wish I could find a picture of like Little Bit and Buddy and Pearl. But yeah, that's Luna, Muffin's sister. She's a cutie pie. She could find some contacts that color. There's Muffin again. She had one blue eye and one yellow eye. And I guess it's an Egyptian myth that the white cats, evil spirits are afraid of white cats, especially ones with blue and yellow eyes like that. Yeah, that's my baby girl. So she died 5 years ago this week. So yeah, I want definitely to get another cat. Now here's the thing about getting a cat. I didn't get these cats. Ouch, that fucking hurt. Just hit my elbow on the corner of the desk. But I didn't want to get. Okay, I didn't get these cats. What happened is, I had a cat that I had rescued because I think I told you guys before that Roswell, Georgia had over 300 million homeless cats, and I really wanted to help out. I had a couple friends helping out with that, and they started PAWS, which was a PAWS, which was an animal shelter mostly for cats, to kind of clean up the homeless cat problem here in Roswell. And I took some in, and there was one girl I had, her name was Flower, and she was a little tabby cat. Now, I had no idea how cats are like escape artists. Like, I mean, I knew, but we had these windows that were kind of like you roll them and they open, like they have slats. I didn't realize that cats can, if they can get their head through it, they can get their whole body through it. And she got out, I guess, and she got pregnant with the local tomcat, which was, I didn't realize, was pure white. And one day she was on the floor just giving birth to white cat after white cat after white cat. And it's like, this is very strange. I've always prayed that and begged, you know, the universe to give me a white kitty, but multiple ones. So I started realizing there was something to this manifesting thing when I started seeing the cats being born and not really realizing, oh my God, she's pregnant. I'm such a bad cat mom. I'll be right back. I'm going to get another water. Spirit, are you here now? Did that just say here? Sound like it just said here. Hey. Are you here with us now, Spirit? He has the Disney eyes, though. That's right, you're a cat man, too. Forgot about that. So you have a white cat now? I'm so jelly. I want a white cat. But really, I was just very surprised that the cats were coming out white. They were so cute, you guys. And then there was a fourth one that had a pattern on it that was kind of like a tabby, but she was a really light gray pearl. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at what black pearls look like, but that's what she looked like. She looked like a black pearl. So I named her Pearl. Do I have a spirit box? Yeah, it's right here. It's all next to us. It's here. You want to know if someone loves you? Yeah, sure, we can do that question. Took you long enough to figure out a question. Spirit, I'm calling forth Sin's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Does this person still love them like a boyfriend while busy? Calling forth Sin's most trusted and strongest spirit. So Spirit will know what you're asking. I don't need to know. So Spirit says, yeah, very well, maybe. In this Hermit card. They do seem very busy in this Fool card, working on themselves. Working on their journey to being the best version of themselves, even if they have to pause and take long moments to decide things or truly see things for themselves in the way that pleases them and the way that serves them. It's okay. Is it talking? Yeah, the spirit box is talking. Yes, honey love, it's talking. Also, well, since he is different from Wolfie, I hope we work out. Well, you could still work things out with Wolfie. It just depends on what you're telling yourself. And, you know, does Wolfie even still make you feel yummy? You know, and at the end of the day, if somebody isn't making you feel yummy, like, what's the point? Just saying. I mean, if there's no adorable baby and there's no hot sex and there's no connection, what's the point? I'm going to hell for that. I'll be back. 1 second. I'm looking for something. I'm on the prowl. But I mean, I'm not saying, you know, I don't know, Sin, why you and this Desvin person, what's their name? Denez, I don't know what their name is, but you know, who's to say that you guys aren't together in some kind of other reality? It's just like Khalid said earlier. It's like when there were two Marys in Back to the Future. One was her doppelganger. You know, does this person still make you feel... What was the emergency with Roxy, Live and Let Be the Lord? You know, does this person still make you feel yummy? Does this person still... You know, what was the moment that maybe you felt you could be or spend time with them or be in love with them or see your future with him. What was that moment for you? Send. But also, are you even attracted to this person in that way? Are you attracted to them? And, is it okay to even, go back to somebody you don't feel yummy about, or try to date them again, even if you're not still attracted or not attracted, just because you had a good time or there's something about them you're like, I don't know. I think we all have our different preferences. I personally, I personally thrive off of deep connections and cerebral conversations. So. Negativity was too much. Excuse me, pardon me. You're right, we can't change people. There's nothing to change but self. So, you can continue to serve that version of him you don't like, or you can revise the relationship and write a new chapter. You want to settle. You want to settle for someone you're not very attracted to? Fine. You want to settle for what you've moved on for, or you want to go back to it, or you want to revise it, or maybe you want a new love story with somebody you had an old love story with that didn't really serve you. She threw up and then knocked all your stuff on the floor. Typical cat. I'm sorry she threw up, honey. I'm sorry she threw up. That kind of is worrisome. But cats throw up all the time because they lick themselves and fur and everything. The more that you keep them groomed and brushed, the better it is, because they're always licking themselves and they're always shedding. They'll shed less if you brush them every day, or more than usual. I don't know, Tiffany, are you still here, babe? Maybe you should live alone forever. There's something about living alone that scares me. I have agoraphobia, but I'm trying to recover from it, and I would feel really alone if I would feel way too alone. That definitely makes sense, Zen. Maybe she's just really busy with family this weekend or something. Well, yeah, I mean, you could always like reach out to him and say you're thinking of him. If it doesn't trigger you too much. Well, yeah, honey. I mean, she's been hit by a car. And she's probably, you know, still feeling it. God, that's so upsetting. And, you know, you're definitely picking up on the emotions of the dog for sure. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Hey Carlos, welcome to the Chammy. Interesting. I wonder why she waited for Leanna to call her. Maybe it's a safety thing or something that she's been taught for her own safety. Very well, could be. Oh, I don't know, sweetheart. I don't know. Maybe the spirit box will say something. Did it kind of sound like the spirit box said so? Like, what's that? Did it just say yeah? Are there any spirits there that would like to converse with us tonight? What's your name, spirit? How many spirits are there with us now? I'm going to check and see how much time I have left on this iPad. Hey, Texas Taurus, welcome back to the Chammy. Laura was just here a moment ago, and I said, I wonder if we can manifest Texas. There you are. Excuse me, welcome back. Happy Memorial Day weekend. You got any good plans? You making any food? What's the most amount of spirits here now? How many spirits are with us now, Spirit? Did it kind of sound like it said 4? Okay, so there's 4 spirits with us right now. Teenager acting up. Tell me what's going on. You can help. Maybe you're a teenager and you just need to sit down and smoke a joint and talk it out. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. How old is this teenager? You chopped him off tomorrow. 14? Yeah, you guys just need to vape or eat or drink some weed. You'll be fine. Yeah, you turn 14, you start to go crazy. So just take a deep breath. Try to remember when you were 14. Remember how crazy it felt? You know, you're not quite an adult, but you're not quite a kid anymore, and it can get really fucking confusing. Talking back and acting like a butthole, yeah. They definitely need to smoke a joint. I know, I'm going to be such a terrible parent. Like, come here, kid, get some contact buzz. Okay, chill the fuck out. So this is where you need to become the comeback king. You know, they talk back and act like a butthole. I pity the fool. He's grounded, exactly. There you go. There you go. Oh, the perfect awesome sauce. He knows better. He definitely knows better. Sorry he's treating me like that. Oh, I didn't know June 23rd is Widow's Day. My dad's a widow. I turned to a single woman to a step-girlfriend. So, wait, you mean to tell me you've had to ground your child on their birthday because they're being a butthole? Tell them their fairy godmothers said that's really not cool and wants them to be more cool, okay? Give them a Led Zeppelin record. Or Pink Floyd record, even better. Banish them to their room. They're going to be grounded until they listen to it and can actually come back with something, or even a David Bowie record, come back with something a little bit more in depth about who they are and where they've been while they've been in that room with that record. Just saying. He's on the naughty list. That's hilarious. The naughty step. That might not be a bad place for him for a little while. Yep. Living La Vida Loco's on the naughty step. Until he gets down on his knees and sucks on your toes like the subhuman species that he is. Aren't they twins? And aren't they twin boys? And aren't they identical? I've never seen them or anything like that, but from what I reckon, I thought that they were all the same age and twins or something, or somebody had some twins there between them. the chicken house to make a comeback. Wait, like, you have a set of twins and he has a set of twins? So you and Live and La Vida Loca are twinning? This is too much. So there's 1, 2, 3, so there's 6 of you. Does that make y'all 6 toplet flames? 6 bodies, 1 soul. All soulmates. I don't know. I'm going down a rabbit hole here. Boredom. Somebody pour me a drink. Preferably a door scotch on ice. The seltzer on the side. It's the StormieBleu Twilight Zone. Anything is possible. Impossible spells I impossible. I don't know. Midlife. Some of us are having quarter-life crises, and some of us are having midlife crises. Is crises a word? Who cares at bumfuck o'clock in the morning on Memorial Day weekend? You know, speaking of that song, let's go over here and look at these guitar chords for it. Really? That sounds good, living the Via Laura. Oh, I love when that happens. I don't drink often. I mean, I have a bottle of wine on the weekends, and sometimes I don't finish it, so I'll like drink some of it during the week during the lives. But hi, Spirit. What's your name? What do you like to be called? makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice. She's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell him a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call Alice. She was just small. I don't know if I believe if that's the right chord, but I'll have to listen to it later. One man, when the man on the chessboard get up and tell you where do you go, and if you go chasing some kind of mushroom and your mind is moving low, go ask Alice. I think she'll know. When the logic and the portion, no, I'm sorry, when the logic and the proportion have fallen sloppy, and then remember, wait, I got the wrong chords. Okay, wait. Remember what the doorman said. Feed your head. I better be careful because I don't want to like wake up the neighbors. It's really late, and I will. And I don't want to do that because that'd be super fucking rude. Would it be fucking rude on a Saturday night? Would that be super fucking rude? Is it a dormouse? I don't know. Let me go back. It goes, when the logic and proportions have fallen sloppy dead. I don't know why it says that. I thought it was, there was a dormouse part, but I don't see it in this particular sheet music. Remember what the dormouse said, you're right. Remember what the dormouse said. Is that a D major? Is it feed your head? Is it? Maybe I need to practice that a little bit more and keep playing it and singing it. That was terrible. Absolutely horrible. It sucked so bad. But it was fun. Fuck it. So long since I even heard that song. I'm surprised I even made it through it. But I don't understand this fallen sloppy dead. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead. Like I don't remember those being the lyrics. Like I kind of feel like I'm having Mandela effect or something. Is it always sloppy dead? I should, that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man. For whatever that means. And I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. I'm at 10%. And I wake up this morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, and I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray to the saints all day for revolution. And I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Yeah, I think those were two songs that actually got requested in the not too distant past, and that's probably just going off because of my booty. Maybe I'll just add both of those songs to my music book. I've actually never really sat down and sang either one of those songs. That was like the first time ever. I'm so adding those songs to my music book list. That was fun, man. Thank you, Metal Rain. Thank you. Texas got lucky. He got both parents are both 5'6". Both parents are 5'10" and 5'9", and I ended up 5'4". That's probably because all the coffee I drank growing up. Okay, I guess I need to get another music book because this one's all full. So I'm just going to make a little note right here since there's really not White Rabbit. I mean, I've sung these songs in my head 1,000 times, don't get me wrong. These were women that taught me how to use my voice. Jefferson Starship. And then 4 non-blondes. God, that song's so cliche. Let's see. What's up? I really love the girl from 4 non-blondes. It broke my heart when I found out she had an opiate addiction, though. But I still love her. She is like one of the best fucking songwriters ever in the business. I tell you that much. I can only hope that I'm half the songwriter or singer that she is someday. Yeah, so fucking cool. I got those on the song list now. I think Fiona had asked me or had said something about 4 non-blondes in the not too distant past, and then you and I, Metal Rain, were talking about the White Rabbit song the other day. Stormy knows one of the characters from Snoopy, the guy with the blankie. I live with Pigpen. Yep. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna step away for a minute. That's just me again, not the REM pod actually going off. Charge this phone in case the electricity goes out. Oh boy, I'm at 5%. Yep. Is it 3 a.m. yet? Probably not. More like 2 a.m. here, I guess. So I'm at 5%. But hey, welcome back, Molly. I was just singing a song or two a few moments ago. It's nice to see you back, sweetheart. Yeah, I broke down and took a gabapentin, even though they make me feel drunk. So at some point, probably just be taking the gabapentin because my spine was hurting so bad sitting here earlier. Probably, well, you know, I just got a little uninhibited and decided to sing a song. I know it's silly. I just sing all the time. Actually, it's my favorite thing to do. I hope you feel better soon, Molly. I definitely feel better. You know, which tells me it's definitely my spine this evening. Really, I rarely take the gabapentin because, you know, it just isn't, it doesn't always help with the chronic pain. Let me see if I can get this iPad on the charger before it dies. I might be a little bit crooked here for a minute, but 1 second. There we go. I also have Toradol. Yeah, I've never had Toradol. I mean, wait a minute. I think they did. Remember the time that my knee swelled up the size of a basketball last spring? And I called you on the phone from the ER and you asked me what they gave me. And I told you they gave me Dilaudid and Toradol at the same time. Now I remember. So I have had the Toradol once in the ER. It didn't even affect me. Thank God the Dilaudid took away the pain though. And I was able to finally rest and the swelling went down. What does Toradol even do? I don't even remember. I was so fucking out of it because I hadn't slept for 3 days because I was in so much pain. I just recently learned something about black cumin. He's like the #1 anti-inflammatory holistic thing you can take. It's very strong anti-inflammatory. Gosh, I can't take ibuprofen. I'm allergic to it. Isn't that sad? It makes you clean and happy. That's so cute. I'll tell you one thing. I'd love to not be in pain naturally if I can achieve it through physical therapy and being well rested and hot water therapy, ice packs, heating pads. But I will break down and take, you know, the medication that is prescribed to me if I really need it. Like if I'm having oh God moments, like, you know, I'm praying to the clouds above. It's got to be really intense for me to take it. Yeah, I know you do. Not everybody who's on prescription pain medication is on it. Good night, Fiona. I hope that you got it. Yeah, I hope you were here when I was singing. I did 4 non-blondes for you, babe. Good night, Fiona. Sweet dreams, honey. I sang White Rabbit too for No Ring. my spirit. The cat's unhappy acting feral. Like, what is she doing? I'm gonna go turn that light off. Oh my gosh, she's trying to take your arm off and going off the chain. I had to take her out of my room. She's just being like, wow. She's with the other two cats. I hope they're okay. You know, I had that problem with Dot. And I had that problem with Cashmere. It's almost like they were the same damn cat. One was a long-haired black cat. One was a long-haired white cat. And they were males with yellow eyes. And they were just the most feral shit boxes, yet so sweet. They could be so sweet too. They gave you Fenty, Vicodin, and Tramadol to get me home after my last surgery. Wow, that's like having a steak, a pizza, and a chocolate cake at the same time. The glass of champagne. Fuck, Molly. Jesus Christ on a cracker. Pardon my French, you two. Jesus, she was flying. She was the Mona Lisa that day. Sometimes they just get hormonal, make sure there's no plastic bags around that could be setting her off. It could be setting her hormones off. For some reason, plastic bags give off the same smell as their sex hormones, so that could be driving her crazy. I'm talking like plastic grocery bags, plastic shopping bags, yeah, plastic anything like that. So keep cats away from plastic bags, you guys. Okay, she might also be the kind of cat that has, she might have catnip genes that are overly, some cats don't have the catnip cat gene. Some of them have it, and some of them really have it where it's like they actually need it, like some people who need to smoke weed or need to do some kind of cannabis, like. She also might be very excited about something and she doesn't really know how to express it. Like, she might actually, even though she's acting feral and kind of batshit crazy right now, it might just be because she's excited about something. She might be excited to actually be around you guys, and it's just the way that she shows it. I mean, look at me. I get super excited because of something that maybe I'm experiencing that I didn't realize would be so exciting to experience, and I don't act out because of it. Like, not in a bad way, but maybe. A chocolate cake, a steak, and a pizza. Yeah, I bet your pain was next level. Yeah, see, I'm the kind of person, I tell all the doctors up front, I'm a pussy. Give me the fucking laughing gas. Do not try to put me under and then wake me up and send me home on some Tylenol baby medicine shit. No. I won't even go to a doctor who will not suggest or even think or even say, like, if they're like, I'll think about it, or no, like, do not pull a tooth, do a root canal, clean a tooth, look at my, insides, or cut something, or don't, Don't mess with me and my pain level, because it's shit. Hey Ben, welcome back to the champion. Because I know pain management and having to stay ahead of it before it cuts off is so important in healthcare and your healing process as well. Because, but it's also important to take note, like, when does the cure or the treatment really become the curse? For instance, my dad was on cholesterol medications and blood pressure medications, and he was passing out and falling on his face and getting a nosebleed, and I was having to call 911 all the time. It was ridiculous. It went so far as even they put a loop recorder in his chest to try to figure out what was going on with his heart. It was never his heart. It was just too much blood pressure medication and too much cholesterol medication, which he reacted to over time, and also made his muscles constrict because of too much calcium, maybe too much potassium in the cholesterol medication. They had to intubate you last time, yeah. Yeah, Dad had a sore throat, and his elbow still hurts after the IV from the biopsy. Well, his throat doesn't hurt anymore, but he definitely has a problem because of being intubated so many times. Yeah, it's wild to me too. But they have to do it like that, Molly, as well, because it could also have something to do with the way that you breathe, your snoring, as well as, just making sure that you're safe, because you are considered a bariatric patient at your height and weight. Oh, thank you so much for sending love, Ben. We're sending it back to you too, sweetheart. You need insomnia meds? Well, then you need to be careful on insomnia meds, because you can't mix sleeping pills and you can't mix opiates together. So what you really need is, if you are on pain medication like the ones you're talking about, Molly, you really just need to drink some cannabis tea. Preferably a one that's a high percentage with cannabinol that has CBG in it, which is one of the best painkillers in the world, but it's not psychoactive. It does not get you high, and it will help you with that insomnia. It'll actually enhance all those other medications the doctors put you on, Tylenol 3 or oxycodone or GABA with the Toradol or GABA with the or you could just get the THCA, which is legal through the USPS still in Texas, and you could get the you could get that an indica, with cannabinol, THCA 24 to 31%. You can even get as high as 38%, and just use like a teaspoon of it in some hot water. Put a little honey and milk. Drink that, baby. And you're gonna be okay with your insomnia, I promise. Well, you can't mix Ambien. Okay, now you have to understand something about Ambien and Xanax and opiates. They don't mix. Those are barbiturates. Okay, not opiates. So that's how Heath Ledger died. Is he took, insomnia medication, and so you know how Heath Ledger died. So you just can't mix the two. So you have to pick one or the other, or be very, very fucking careful, because you don't want to take your pain medicine and then you've been off of it for a day or two and then you start having insomnia, so you start taking. You have to understand, it's just alcohol in a pill also. So you might not even need Ambien. You might just need a glass of wine, Molly. You might need just a nice glass of Pinot Noir or a nice glass of Moscato. So I know I sound absolutely batshit crazy saying that Ambien and Xanax is just alcohol in a pill, but that's all it is. Of course, the FDA is not going to tell you that because they want you to get on their pills. So really, let's do some research on insomnia holistic medications and things that you can take to help you with that insomnia issue. I'm so glad to hear your ortho is pleased. Oh, good night, Texas Tyrannosaurus Rex Toast. We love you, and sweet dreams to you and your beautiful family and your beautiful doggies and pets. And we'll see you soon, okay? Let's see, what time is it? 2:43. I guess I'll get my list of crazy questions out that I like to ask spirits before I go. Since it's almost 3 a.m. and I know that they like to talk. Closer it gets to witching hour here. Franken Dad steps. Hey, Daddy, you okay?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
it's almost 3 o'clock.
Yep, I have a clock right in front of me. Since you're here, Laura, have you ever heard of Lemire, Creme de la Mar? They do facial stuff and they do skincare, they do makeup. It's my favorite, actually. I just was curious if you've ever heard of it. All right, sweet dreams, Molly. I'm glad we could be here for you. Have you ever used it? Or do you know anything currently about the products? I used to use their Diamond Dust facial scrub for years. I'm just wondering what the fuck happened to it because I went to buy the foaming facial wash for an ounce of it, and I found that, but I cannot find the Diamond Dust facial wash, facial scrub. Did they just turn it into a body scrub? I'm so confused. Like, do you know? Oh yeah, I love it. It smells so good, and it's such fantastic skincare. You really are paying for something special there that you can't really find anywhere else. I'm wondering though if they're owned by L'Oreal now or if they're owned by Estee Lauder. Or if it's Clinique, because their products look very Clinique-ish now in 2025. I guess I could Google it. You feel like they discontinued it? I think you might be right. They have a new facial mask scrub, but nothing was better than the Diamond Dust, to tell you that. I bet you can't even buy a bottle of it anymore. I found an old bottle of it the other day. I was like, should I take that out? Should I take it out and refresh it up and use it? I ended up just throwing it in the recycle bin. It was so sad. Estee Lauder is your sugar daddy. Okay, that's what I thought. All right. But do you think that Estee Lauder products, skincare products, do you think they might just be cheaper versions of Lemire? Like, for instance, Maybelline of New York is a L'Oreal, NYX Professional, Garnier is also L'Oreal. I'm gonna Google it. Is Lemire also Estee Lauder skincare? I can't imagine why they would. I can't imagine why they would have discontinued the Diamond Dust facial scrub, considering it was their best product. But I guess they must have done it for safety reasons. Yeah, branding is real. I guess they had to rebrand a lot of their products for Lemire. It's probably good that they discontinued their makeup line too. It was so expensive. You know, just stick to skin and body care. Creme de la Mar Diamond Facial Scrub. Like, what else could scrub your face that good? I just don't know of anything. I mean, I've used them all. You know, I just used to be this girl that had all this shit. Like makeup, skincare, hair care. And I would use it like once. And if I didn't like it, it would just sit there for years. It got really bad. Then finally, I was actually able to find some. I should have been making videos about it on YouTube all these years. I just didn't because I didn't really feel I had the equipment for it, or you know, or I was insecure because of my weight, or maybe there was something about myself that I just didn't like at the time. But like I've spent weeks or months on music videos and I won't post them or share them because I think I look too fat in them or something. But I've come past all that though, Laura. But once I started getting into the Lemire skincare products, I really was like, yeah, I'm willing to pay the money for these because I'm paying money for a product that's really working well for my skin. Like my skin looks the best it's ever looked, and I'm feeling more confident. And the skincare products are lasting a very long time. You know, it's not like you have to really use a lot of it to get it to work the way it's supposed to work. Whereas all these other shit products that just kept building around me, and you know, to the ceiling, from the floor to the ceiling. You know, I'd use them once and it'd be like, oh, my hair's, you know, a spider's nest today, or a rat nest, or my skin, you know, looks like I've got the pox. Or I didn't like the way, you know, something I bought for makeup smelled. It smelled like wallpaper, or maybe it smelled like paste. And, you know, I didn't want to use it, so it just stayed on the counter because I figured if I don't like it, who else would like it? And why would I would never buy used skincare or used makeup unless it was vintage. I mean, I might buy some vintage lipstick or nail polish, but not so sure about used skincare or shampoos, or you know what I mean, like. But people do it. People do it all the time. So I was pretty disappointed when Lemire started going south because, and I had even found several hair products I really liked too that smelled, not from Lemire, but, oh, I can't remember. I think I still have a 15-year-old bottle of the conditioner that I loved so much. I went and bought several bottles of it because I was like, yeah, they're probably going to take this off the shelves too, but I want to be able to have plenty of it. Of course, you know, where else can you find shampoo and conditioner sulfate free that smells like grape candy? I mean, it almost smelled better than grape candy. It was like, I don't know, it was like cotton candy, grape, and apple mixed together. That's what it smelled like, and it made my hair just like super nice, super soft. You know, and my hair would just air dry and be curly and soft instead of a rat's nest. You know, because when you have that wavy curly hair, I don't know what your hair texture is, but mine is fine. I have like a fine hair texture, but it's thick. And it's wavy. And it gets just curled. The shorter it gets, the curlier it gets. So, like, I think my biggest problem with having that really short. Remember when my hair was like short and black to my cheekbones, and the big thick bangs. Like, I would wake up in the morning, and I had to really tame that shit. Like, you're talking, get out the hair smoother and the hot iron, because if you don't, you're just gonna look like, one of those porcelain dolls with spiral curly hair. It's ridiculous. Well, I'm gonna be growing out my hair, so I am gonna be painting it soon. I just had to let it, when you have dark hair like us girls do, and you bleach your hair, and you wanted to get a certain color, to paint it or even to have it blonde, it takes time. There's a process, because if you don't follow that process, your hair will fry and it'll fall out and it won't have any kind of integrity to it. And you'll just have like fried rainbow hair. I certainly don't want fried rainbow hair, because that doesn't look pretty. And nobody wants a fried balayage, and nobody wants fried highlights either. So it has taken me years. I think I started painting my hair in 2017, 2018, because I wanted to have like one of those feathered 1970s hairstyle that was like, like the girls from Three's Company. But I wanted it to look like an oil slick. So that was like one of the first times. I went and actually got that done professionally, but then I just started learning how to paint my hair, how to bleach my hair correctly. And really, you got dark hair like us, you really need to do the 2-step process where, if you don't trust 20 or 30 volume, go with the 10 volume. Leave it on for 30 minutes. See where it goes. Wash it out. Try it again with 10. If not, try 20. And you gotta just watch it really closely. I'll do a double process with 20 volume. But here's the biggest mistake I've learned living La Vida Laura when you're bleaching your hair is not using the right volumizer with the same product of bleach. I see a lot of women going and getting Blonde Me to bleach their hair blonde, but they'll use like the cheapest cream developer from Sally's that you can get. And that will fry the fuck out of your hair, because it's literally not formulated to work with Blonde Me correctly. I really like the Ion white blonde bleach that comes in like a purple tube that you squeeze it out of. And I really like their volume developer as well, used together, because together it's formulated to work together, and it really helps with keep the integrity of your curl, if you have curl or wave. But I learned my lesson. If I tried to use Blonde Me, having very dark hair, if I tried to use Blonde Me with any other developer than a Schwarzkopf volumizer, it would fry the shit out of my hair. I might as well just put some gasoline on my hair, put a lighter to, and watch that bitch burn. Same with the Ion. And honestly, I think that a lot of these boxed bleaches secretly have, cream developer in their packaging that really isn't compatible or formulated very well with the bleach that they might be using, as well as sometimes I wonder if some of this boxed bleach that's on the shelf is like the leftover dust on the floor. And that's, or it's old and processed, or old volumizer that has not been sold by some of these larger brands. It just makes sense, you know. It's just like, have you ever heard of Mystic's Market? So Mystic Market goes around to farms and they buy all the not so pretty vegetables and foods that people don't want to buy at big food store chains because they don't look pretty, but they're perfectly good to eat, right? So like fruit roll-ups. What does fruit roll-ups do with, you know, the big sheet of fruit roll-up paper that they cut out the dinosaurs? Well, they put it in a bag, they pack it up, and a company like Mystic Markets buys it up, whether it's old or not, and then sells the product for super cheap online, and you might get it in a box of food if you order it from them, right? So I'm thinking that that's why some of the volumizer, it's good volumizer, it's just doesn't, it's just maybe it's a little bit old, or it's not, you know, as, you know, marketable because of its expiration date, or maybe it was a vat that came out wrong, so they wasted a bunch of products, so it got sold to, you know, L'Oreal's Faria. So box dye is just like, it's pretty much the, you know, that companies who make cigarettes, you know, they will sell their cheap tobacco that fell on the floor, sweep it up and sell it to little companies like, or other companies like Marlboro and the cheaper cigarette places. Or, I know it's pretty weird and gross, but it's true. Wow, the hairstylist didn't even tell you. That's right, we talked about how the permanent dye messed your hair up. And what I find interesting is that a glaze is just like a conditioner that makes your hair very shiny. I don't know. Revlon has this box of toner. It's called glaze toner or something like that. I used it once, and I'm telling you, like the little tube or the little packaging that has the glaze in it. I mean, you could have had a beautiful. You could have had a real semi-permanent dark brown glaze or whatever brown glaze you wanted for like $3.99 out of a box. Next time, talk to me. And don't put demi permanents on your hair. They just have nothing but metallic in them. Did she not tell you that? What is a demi glaze? Let me just make sure I know what the hell we're talking about. Because I'm hair city over here. Okay, well, before Google thinks I'm trying to make a sauce, let me put hair behind the demi-glaze. So was it a demi-permanent hair dye or a demi-glaze? A hair glaze is a demi-permanent hair color. So, have you been using clarifying shampoo? What were you trying to do to your hair initially? Just darken it and get a nice shine? Let me read the chat. I was over here with my nose in the middle here. Purple shampoo. Purple shampoo might get that caramel out and lighten it up a little bit. So where is it now? Is any of it coming out? I was thinking about going and washing my hair with purple shampoo tonight. Have purple hair for the rest of May. I really like having purple hair. But June's coming up, so I'm gonna be doing my hair for Pride and Juneteenth. Going back to a rainbow black. Instead of rainbow bright. So it's brass. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some purple shampoo in it. So it's brassy. So let me just get you what I use for purple shampoo. And the reason, I mean, if I put this on my hair for 5 minutes, it'll turn like lilac, right? But with your dark hair, it might be just the right thing you need for 5 or 10 minutes. They even have a hair mask. You might only just need a hair mask. I'll log you in. I'll link you in, and you can go and check it out. Why the fuck is the search engine not working? Quit being broken. Laptop. Have you ever used purple hair shampoo before? It's like Witch Dark. Oh yeah, purple shampoo. Like the reason my hair is so, another thing that can really help hair, whether it's help get some of that brassiness out, is blue shampoo as well. But like there's also Fanciful, which is a toner you can get. It's ammonia free at the store. They have it in all kinds of colors. They have it in white minks, which I use for my hair. It's basically that stuff that your granny put in her hair to make her hair blue. Because she left it on too long. It turns yellow into white or lighter. It gets that brassiness out. But let me see if I can find the list of shampoos that I've used. Because there's a lot of them, and I'm sorry, but we have this influx of multiple products of the same shit, and not all products are the same. So and this one product I really like because it smells like clove to me. They have it in shampoo and conditioner. I don't know. I'm a goth, so I really like the smell of clove. What's it called, though? What is it? I have it in my bathroom. I'm just going to go look at the name of it. It's called Shimmering Lights, actually. Shimmering Lights. I love it. it's like a clove cigarette. I had to stand way up on the stool to get this. It was very up high and kind of dusty too. I haven't used it in a long time. But there's another one that's even better, which I'm looking for under my orders on Amazon real quick. Hey Zanian, how are you? So why do you look like you've been crying? Me? Why do I look like I've been crying? Because I'm incredibly tired. Because I've worked all day. And I probably did cry at some point today. I think I've been working since 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It's been pretty dead around here tonight, donation-wise, but it's still been nice to visit with everyone and hang out. So here is the purple shampoo. And I'm going to also link you into the mask, Laura, if you're still there. Once I find the share button. Yeah, I don't know where the share button is on this, so I'm just going to tell you what it is. Okay, it's called Bold Unique Purple Shampoo. They also have a hair mask, Laura. This will do your hair good. And I know I sound crazy saying, oh, use purple shampoo on it. And watch that shit, crappy, shitty color wash down the drain and the brassiness come out. I tried that one. I know it's a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. Make sure you wear gloves so you don't dye your hands purple. This one's just as good. But since your hair is very, very, very dark right now, I think you need a little bit of a darker purple. Just a little bit on that color wheel. So try that. Try the mask. Tell me how it works. Let me know. And you might even see some of that caramel turn to purple. You can leave it in as long as you want. Fucking have fun. It might not do anything at all, but I bet you it's gonna do something. And if anything, you know, you'll have a beautiful purple sheen or shine. It'll just look better, I promise. Did I see the pic of Gemma? Is it on my phone? Where is my phone? I seem to have lost my phone. Spirit, where's my phone? Oh yeah, purple shampoo is really gangsta. And then you've got blue shampoo too. So it just kind of depends. Like, in fact, if you could just send me a color of the brassiness so I can take a good look at the color under good lighting. If you could do that, if you could just send a picture of the brassiness before you start with purple shampoo, you might need blue. I need to look. I think it's going to be purple, but I still want to look at the color of the brassiness. I'll be right back. Let's see if I can find my phone so I can see this picture of Gemma, which is Metal Rain's friend's dog, who we won't talk about what just happened to her unless Metal Rain wants to talk about it. Oh, it's 3:11. That's a pretty good band. Yeah, send me one, babe. The picture of Gemma. And I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm just tired, Zenian, and I need to take. I need to use my allergy eye drops because there are some definite allergens inside the house that get my post-nasal drip going for sure. Itchy, watery eyes. Ugh. Especially this time of year. Spirit, are there any spirits here now? If you could answer yes or no, that'd be great. If you could touch the red pod so we can see your presence, that would be even better. Oh, look at Gemma. This is a beautiful picture of her. Oh, sweetheart. Thanks so much for sharing that with me. I can really see her very well now. She looks scared. What's going on with those eyes, man? This dog is, the things that dog has seen. He's on her about talking about him. Yeah, that's a much better picture than the last one. Oh, well, there goes my phone. It died. So send me the picture on Instagram, Laura. I can look at it here on the laptop. The phone is dead. Looking at messages here, baby. I see it came through. Okay, looking at them. That is very dark red, yeah. Now you might need the Finola Blue. That was 2 weeks ago. You know, you might just be able to go to Sally's Beauty Supply and get, I know this is going to sound crazy, but you might be able to just go to Sally's and get Poseidon's Blue from them. It's like a conditioner, but maybe Finola Blue would be better. It's pretty brassy red. And you want to cut that brassy redness, don't you? Well, but it's a semi-permanent hair conditioner. Which purple shampoo is the same thing, but you know what? StormieBleu is from Arctic Fox, but I think that's just going to darken your hair more. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to what I said to do first. Go and get the purple shampoo. Even if it's just the highlights, the shimmer highlights. Hold on a second. I'm kind of torn now between the blue though, the blue shampoo and conditioner. But the thing is this, that purple shampoo that I told you to look at on Amazon that also has the hair mask, that is such a dark indigo cobalt purple blue like the back of my cards. I mean, it's more purple than this cobalt blue, but it's deep like that, whereas the shimmering lights is not deep like that. It doesn't have that hint of blue. So get the purple shampoo, the unique UNIQ bold. Get the shampoo and the hair mask, bold unique. You might only need the shampoo, so you could just start with that. They're the same color. Having both might be too much. You might prefer it to condition your hair, so you might want to just get the hair mask. It's up to you. I'll let you decide, but either one is probably going to help a lot. Although I really like the Bold Unique shampoo. I don't know, I bought both at one time. I didn't really see a difference in either one, other than one's a little bit more conditioning than the other. Yeah, start with the Bold Unique. Don't go to the Finola Blue. The Finola Blue is shit compared, pardon my French. And this I know, because I've had a lot of hair fails that I should have been filming since 2018 on putting them on YouTube. But maybe I'll make a video about my hair painting years and try to gather some pieces and things, and maybe I'll share it on the channel. But hair mask, yeah. You know, and look up the Bold Unique shampoo with your hair situation. Just remember, YouTube is an encyclopedia Britannica. Did I say that right? YouTube is an encyclopedia Tubetanica. YouTube is a encyclopedia Tubetanica. Look, there's anything and everything you ever wanted to learn here. From, you know, frying cow vagina and rats for dinner, to bleaching your hair, to getting that brassy color out of bad highlights or bad coloring, or for anything you want to know about purple shampoo. Man, I went down a rabbit hole today of how to be a better stripper. And I have never even Googled or searched anything stripper related other than looking for physical therapy, things like videos that I could find, things that might help me, you know, regarding physical therapy using my pole. But never have I ever called my pole a stripper pole on YouTube. And I was just shocked how deep the sexual content got further and further. I went down the rabbit holes. Interesting, Laura, very interesting. Listening to, found a lot of sociopathic and a lot of narcissistic people admitting that they were, and using their manipulative techniques to, and how not to fall for people like that too. That was pretty creepy. I was like, yeah, don't suggest this channel, don't suggest these videos, and no, dislike. Because one thing that YouTube will do, which is kind of creepy, is even if you have that feature under settings that says, you know, don't recommend to me the same videos that you think I want to watch just because I've watched them before. Like, there's some kind of setting. Let me see what it's called. I sound like an idiot trying to explain it without calling it what it's called. So YouTube, under notifications, has this option. Recommended videos. Notify me of videos I might like based on what I watch. I have that completely turned off, but all YouTube does is recommend me videos based on what I watch. And I don't appreciate it, YouTube. Quit breaking. You know, you watch one video about death, it's trying to push all kinds of death on you. You watch one, you accidentally go down a vegan rabbit hole and you find some shit you didn't want to know. You know, you go and look up pole sporting, you find some other shit you didn't want to find. So, when you go look for how to get that brassiness out, you don't need to go to a hairstylist. Don't waste your money on another woman who's going to tell you what they think you should do with your hair, when you've got YouTube to teach you what you need to know right here in front of you. Okay, and the best part, it's free. So here are some really great channels to check out. Hair Buddha, which is my #1 preferred go-to channel. There are funny things, his reactions, things like that, just kind of like Brad Mondo. But Brad and Buddha also do tutorials and talk about purple shampoos and talk about blue shampoos and talk about hair care as well. I mean, they are professionals, and I would definitely go to those channels and search for anything you'd like to know about hair so you could learn about it, okay? Yeah, those are my 2 favorite hairstylists. There's another guy also who's in North Carolina. I'd love to sit in his chair and get my hair cut. I can't remember what his name is, but he shows you how to cut your hair properly without fudging it up. And he's got some really unique ways of cutting. Like, it's not just some kind of basic watching the same kind of haircut all the time. It's got some interesting techniques I've not really seen anyone use before on me personally, or even on their channels. It's kind of like, you know, you get a hairstylist that's a hairstylist to the book. You get a hairstylist that's a real true fucking artist. You get a musician who's like a musician to the book. Maybe they're using AI, maybe they're not. And then you get the real fucking musicians who are really singing it, really putting that music out there and playing it, blood, sweat, and tears. You know, got the musicians who are lip syncing, you got the ones who are really singing. It's so interesting. But you can find anything you might ever want to know about your hair on. So yeah, do the unique, look for unique, and look for anything that anybody says about it before you make the decision to buy it. Okay, Laura? I think the only reason I really go to a hairstylist is if there's something that I don't feel confident enough in doing myself. Like maybe I want to get a special haircut, or you know, I'm not willing to try to cut it myself. So Wayne Tuggle Hair. I'll just put some of these hairdressers in the chat for you, Laura, and I'm probably gonna go to bed here in a minute. But yeah, I go down the rabbit hole a lot with this kind of stuff. So this is the guy who cuts the hair. I really love his style. I would love to have my hair cut by him. I'm actually growing my hair out right now, even though my bangs are short again. But it'd probably be about another year before I could get this haircut that I want. But I'd like to get one of those A-line bobs, so it's like super long in the front, but it's like got that A-line cut to it. I always wanted that hairstyle. But like a big fat blunt bang. And I mean, I'm not talking about just a little blunt like this one. I'm talking like a big fat blunt. I would really like to get that haircut and blonde hair, don't get me wrong, I like to do my hair lighter in the spring and summer, but I'm kind of looking forward to going back to black. So check out Wayne Tuggle, check out Hair Buddha, and check out Brad Mondo. I'm pretty sure you've heard of all of them. If not, you most certainly have heard of Brad Mondo. He's got a lot of funny reaction videos. Alright, well I think your hair looks lovely, Laura. I can't wait to find out if you decide to get the purple shampoo. I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed, you guys. The spirit box is dead. Nobody's talking on it. Nobody wants to talk on it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow during the happy hour. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Thanks everyone who came by and kept us some company tonight. It's really starting to feel like gabapentin, so I should probably go to bed. Alright, sweet dreams. Kalanita.